Hello, God's children. Jesus loved you. The update on the Rapture and Israel, Blood Moon, War, Revelation symbols throughout the Bible. There is a increase of solar activity, and new sunspots are emerging over the sun, and it's causing some more solar flares. There's a 5.1 earthquake that hit Greek Cassandra Peninsula this morning. With the earthquakes going on in the world and with the signs in the sun, we do not know the day and hour our Lord Jesus comes back. Only the Father knows. Redemption is nigh. Be ready. Israel, Blood Moon War. Revelation symbols throughout the Bible. Right now, Israel is in a war with Hamas, Palestine. And they've been sending missiles over to Israel, and Israel's been responding back and fighting back and trying to take out the militants. Egypt right now is trying to work a peace treaty, trying to work a peace agreement between both, and working maybe possibly a 5-7 peace agreement, but we don't know if that's going to happen. But that could also fit the 7-year peace treaty. You just have to be ready and pray for Israel. Let me take you to Acts chapter 2, verse 20. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and notable day of the Lord to come. All right. What I'm going to do is take you, give you a Revelation symbol and tell you where else it is in the Bible, in what other books and chapters and stuff. So let me take you to, it's called the beast. And the beast also stands for the kingdom, the government, political power. At first, it's in Revelations chapter 13, verse 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, and having 7 heads and 10 horns, upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy. It's also in another chapter, Daniel chapter 7, verse 23. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread down and break it into pieces. Okay, and now the next one is going to be the dragon. And the dragon stands for Satan or his agency. And that is also going to be found in Revelations chapter 12, verse 7 through 9. And there will be war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not, neither was there a place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, who deceived the whole world, was cast into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. It's also found in Isaiah chapter 27, verse 1. In that day the Lord with the sword and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan, and piercing the serpent with Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. And it's also in Isaiah chapter 30, verse 6. The burden of the beasts of the south into the land of trouble and anguish. From hence come the young and old lion, the viper, fiery, flying serpent. They will carry their riches upon the shoulders of young donkeys, and the treasures upon the bunches of camels, to a people that shall not profit them. It's also in Psalms chapter 74, verse 13 through 14. They does divide the sea by the strength, and shall break the heads of the dragons of the waters. The breakest and the heads of the Leviathan in pieces, and gavest him to be meat to the people inhabiting the wilderness. It's also going to be in Ezekiel chapter 29, verse 3. Speak and say, thus said the Lord God, behold, I am against thee, Pharaoh king of Egypt, the great dragon, that leath in the midst of the rivers, which he has said, my river is mine own, and I have made it for myself. And lastly, it's in Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 34. Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, has devoured me, he has crushed me, he has made me an empty vessel. He has swallowed up me like a dragon, has filled the belly with my delicacies, and he has cast me out. Okay, the next one is going to be horn. And horn is symbolized as a king or a kingdom, power and strength. And it's going to be in Revelations chapter 17, verse 12 through 13. And the 10 horns which have sauced the 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but received power as kings in 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind. They shall give their power and strength unto the beast. It's also going to be in Daniel chapter 7, verse 24. And the 10 horns of the kingdom are the 10 kings that shall rise, and the others shall rise after them, and shall be diverse from the first, and shall subdue the 3 kings. Also, it's going to be in Daniel chapter 8, verse 5. And I was concerning, behold, a goat came from the west of the face of the whole earth, and touched not the ground. And the goat had a notable horn between his eyes. It's also in Daniel chapter 8, verse 21 through 22. And the rough goat and the king of Gersia, and the great horn that is between his eyes and the first king. Now they be broken, whereas 4 stood up for it. 4 kingdoms shall stand up out of the nation, and not into his power. And it's also going to be in Zechariah chapter 1, verse 18 through 19. And then I lifted up mine eyes, and saw, and behold, 4 horns. And I said unto the angel that talked with me, What be these? And he answered to me, These are the horns which have scattered Judea, Israel, and Jerusalem. Okay, the next one I'm going to do is the mark. This is a symbol, it's like a sign, it's a seal, it's a mark of approval or disapproval. Let me take you to Revelations chapter 13, verse 17. And let there be no man may buy or sell, give or save he that had the mark or the name of the beast and the number of his name. Okay. It's also going to be in Revelations chapter 14, verses 9 through 11. And the third angel followed him, saying in a loud voice, If any man worship the beast in his image, they receive his mark in his forehead or his hand. The same shall drink in the wine of the wrath of God, and shall be poured out without mixture in the cup of indignations. And he shall be terminated with fire and brimstone in presence of his holy angels and presence of the Lamb. And the smoke in their torment ascended from up and ever, and they shall have no rest day or night, or shall worship the beast of his image, whosoever see the mark in his name. It's also in Romans chapter 4, verse 11. And he received a sign of circumcision, a seal of the righteousness of the faith which he has yet been uncircumcised, that he might be father of all them that don't believe, or that believe. Throughout they will be not circumcised, that righteousness might be imparted unto them. And lastly, it's in Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord said unto them, Go out through the midst of the city, throughout the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all abominations that have done in the midst thereof. I'm going to take it to now the next symbol, the 7 lamps. And this 7 lamps symbolizes Jesus, the Word of God. I take you to Revelations chapter 4, verse 5. And out of the throne proceed lightnings and thunderings and voices. And there were 7 lamps of fire burning before the throne, which are the 7 spirits of God. Okay, it's also in John chapter 9, verse 5. And long as I am the world, I am the light of the world. And it's also in Psalms 119, 105. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Okay, the last one is going to be the trumpet. It's the loud warning of God's approach. I'm going to take you to Revelations chapter 4, verse 1. After this I looked, and behold, a door was opened in heaven. And the first voice which I heard was as a trumpet talking with me, said, Come up and hither, and I will show you these things that must be hereafter. It's also in Exodus 19, chapter 19, verses 16 through 17. And it came to pass on the 3rd day in the morning that there were thunders and lightnings, and a thick cloud upon the mountain, and the voice of a trumpet exceeding loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled. And Moses brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with God, and they stood at the neither part of the mount. And lastly, it's going to be in Joshua chapter 6, verses 4 through 5. And the 7 priests shall bear before the ark 7 trumpets of ram's horns. And the 7th day they shall compass the 7 times. And the priests shall blow with the trumpets. And they shall come to pass, and they will make a long blast with the ram's horn. And when they hear the sound of the trumpet, all the people shall shout with a great shout. And the wall of the city shall fall down flat, and all the people shall stand up, and every man straight before him. There are a lot of Bible symbols throughout the Bible. I just read you some of the Revelations. If you read Revelations and Daniel, and if you can understand the symbols throughout the Bible, If you take those symbols and go through the Bible and try to interpret how it's said through the other parts of the Bible, you can understand the symbols. Then you can understand Revelations and Daniel, and help you understand the ends of times. Jesus come back very, very soon. Jesus loves you. God bless.